And what years were you there?
Oh, 1960 to 1965.
Fantastic. So the founding years?
We were the founding years. We lived, the first 2 years, because we didn't have a convent, we lived in central Bankstown. So we were with the community there. We had a Sister Chanel, she was a trick. She used to call us the Dotty Nuns because the girls wore blue and white dots, so we were the Dotty Nuns. She was lovely. They all were. And then the 2nd year, we used to get the bus to school. And then the 2nd year, we lived in Penania Convent, which was closer, and the priest used to just drive us up to the school. And then the 3rd year, we went into the convent.
Brilliant.
It was joyful. It was, first of all, it was my first year out teaching, and we just grew with the girls. The main thing was the girls. Television had infected their lives at that stage. It only was made in 1956, wasn't it, when we came to Australia? And so you go into the classroom. The first year I think we had 40 in each class. If you said jump, they'd say how high. They were as enthusiastic about the new school. When I just have remembrance, the first day we started school, the girls had desks, but I don't remember we had a desk for the teacher. Might have only been for a few days or a week, but they rejoiced in the fact that it was new. And then when we had a crucifix, and that was put on the wall in the middle of the class, up the top, they liked that. And if a photo of Mary MacKillop, picture of Mary MacKillop came, they rejoiced in that. So we just grew together and enjoyed things as we went. And they were building, we were where the 3 classrooms were, and we were building the 2-storey classroom behind. And I think it was the 2nd year, 3rd year, we must have got a huge enrolment, because I think we had almost over 60 children in each class, girl. It was huge, I remember that. But they were just so good.
And I guess it sounds like they were really grateful as well.
They were. They enjoyed it, and they used to clean the school. We didn't have cleaners, It was one that has told me, Sister Monaghan, she was one of the first ones, because one day I was saying how, we were the girls and we were teaching them how to polish with the grain of the wood. This is on the little platform. And she said, yes, that's what I remember. We were doing it. You were doing it with us, because we just did, the girls did it with us. It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We cleaned the toilets, we did, and emptied out the garbage bins. All those things are just taken for granted these days.
That's true. So you were sort of in it together.
Yes, we were, and took a pride in the school.
Yes.
This new school, Sisters of St Joseph had built for us. Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
I don't know, it was just the joy of it. I think we were watching it grow together, and each building.
Yes. That you were part of something bigger, that it wasn't just
and there was this, Sister Geraldine reminded me, when my brother was ordained, he came out and he blessed the girls, and there's a photo of Christine Zelinska, I think, of him blessing her, and that was on the terrazzo, we used to call it, was that part that joined our building to the next.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, little things like that.
Yes.
Yes, the girls were just lovely.
Yeah.
Sister Geraldine was a very good principal, good discipline, very refined, and very, she was just a good choice, I think, to start that new school.
Yeah, it would have been a big responsibility too.
And she was the one, when she wanted a school song, she said, so she asked Sister Edward, Sister Pat Bartley, to write the words, and she said, and you can write the music, just like that. She said, it's not too hard. Into many luches. And I said, well, that's what I used for the first bit, because it was her idea, and that's how we had that.
So Sister Geraldine wanted the school song, and she asked.
She wanted, and she just said, you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
So it's no trouble.
Well, you just say yes, right?
That's right, yes. And she said to me just recently, music was very important in the school. We had just the 3 classrooms, so at the end of the 40-minute period, the teacher would move, the girls would just stay in the same room, and as we went into the room, naturally the girls used to stand up and say good morning or good afternoon, and so Sister said to me, teach them some songs, or some rounds or something, just so we did. Whenever we went out in the bus, we would sing, and we had no music room or no piano, and the first thing I used was a girl down in Panania, Maria Kirsch. She was Austrian, and she had a small piano accordion. I didn't know how to play it. Sister Edward, she knew, and she gave me the basics and how to play it. So that's what I had to teach them, and we can't remember when we had the piano. It may have come the second year in this just room up the front. But then, when we had the hall, this is the amazing thing that I remember, the girls would come. Now, at that stage there would have been first year, second year. The third year, it was first year, second year, third year, so there'd be 3 first years, 3 second year, 3 third years. The Wyndham scheme was just coming in then. I'd have all the first year, that could be 120 or more as a name for it. They would walk into no other teacher would come with them. They walked into the hall, they stood there for 40 minutes. I stood there teaching them a song, and then I'd wander over the piano and play while they sang. They did not move. They were wonderful. When I think back now,
amazing.
Oh, nowadays they'd be turning somersaults after 5 minutes.
They're still pretty. MSJ girls are still pretty amazing.
That's good.
They are. Yeah, I think, and we've been blessed, I think, from our beginnings.
Yes. Well, I just remember that when I look back and say, we just took it for granted. They came in.
Yeah.
They did this. I think one day, one girl fainted once, and I think I just said, take her out, and the rest just stood there, and we just carried on. That's how it's so good.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Oh, the spirit of Mary McKillop, that let there be light, that would be still there. That's what I would wish. Yes.
Yeah.
I know things have changed, the modern world, but I'd have the spirit to be there.
Yes. You mentioned joy earlier with that. When you think of the spirit of Mary McKillop, what are some words?
It was a happy place, and work together.
Yeah, so sort of community.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the priests were wonderful. The two priests, they were very good and supportive.
Yeah.
And yes. And the parents were marvellous too. And Margaret Hunt, the daughter, interview her, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
She was our secretary and she was there for years.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah. Just those 2 years when there wasn't a really good tuck shop. I remember we just had pies in winter and then sandwiches in summer, and then we went to the convent, of course, we'd have our own meals.
Yeah. Is there any sort of wisdom that you'd like to share sort of from your time there, or anything for our girls or for our community?
Well, you know, you asked about light, let there be light, and that's what I think. If there would be light, that their light would shine. Be a witness, you know, be a witness in this world, because we really need good witnesses to let your light shine and to be happy, to do what you're asked to do and enjoy it. You know, life's meant to be joyful. And yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Keep smiling.
Yes, absolutely.
Induimini arma lucis, put on the armour of light and imagine the whole world just glowing with love and joy and peace.
Wonderful. Thank you.
MSJ girls can do anything.